Sit back, relax, put your belt on, and enjoy the show.
New Zealand Rugby, the Highlanders and the Crusaders. How good? South Island Derby, under the roof at Dunedin. The Crusaders taking this one away, surprise, surprise, 26-13, 4 tries to 2. No one really returning game one for Super Rugby Aotearoa, but injured. So he was named to start, pulled out pre-game due to a pre-season rib injury. Will Jordan, one of certainly the top fantasy picks. Second, but I mean, yeah, could have gone first in some leagues, absolutely.
Before you move on, despite not playing, he still beat the number one fantasy pick for points this week.
Did he?
He did.
So is he saying that Richie got minus points?
Correct.
Oh, he got -5.
Wow. Wowzers! All right, Crusaders. Look, I mean, is the dynasty over? The Crusaders are done. Will Jordan not playing and Richie -5 points. Who would have thought?
Probably not.
Look, this game was good. Very physical encounter as always with this South Island Derby. A lot of passion in there. Fairly even possession. Highlanders a little bit more there, and they also had a little bit more territory. I think one of the key stats was just the Crusaders' conversion rate. Every time they got into the Highlanders 22, they came away with something, whereas the Highlanders just couldn't muster the same stuff. The first try, Cody Taylor's try, was enormous. Just ran an awesome line and then has the pace to burn. He ran probably about 50 into dotted under the posts and really just kind of start that momentum. That stat, I'm bringing up stats I don't actually have here, but I remember that stat came up on screen again, which is just amazing every year in that the Crusaders score something like, 50 to 60% of their points in the last 20 minutes of every Super Rugby game. So you just really have to stay in it. Sever Reese, Harry, he looked back to every touch was gold. That, big break down the side and that kick in field for a try. What do you think of that?
I thought it was just absurd skill. And the Australian commentators kept going, oh, he shinned that. It's the shin ball. Mate, he looked inside with all their runners. It was a planned move, and he kicked it perfectly. How can that possibly be a shin ball?
No one expected it. When he did it, I'm pretty sure I threw something at the TV, and then it was perfect.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, I was just more surprised that he didn't just back himself and run it. We like Sever for being selfish. Harry would have been a little disappointed, but he'll take the try assist.
Yeah, he only got 60-something points this week. It's like he didn't even want to win the match for me.
It's true. I love this point someone's put in here. Josh Ioane came on for Solomon Alamalo. Solomon was extremely quiet. I was very disappointed. Just didn't... I guess maybe he's finding out his way in the Highlanders. It kind of felt like to me every time he was running a line, there was someone else running a different line, like Nareki would come in at a different angle. He just couldn't seem to find those lines he'd been so good at getting, and then getting some open space on the end of that. So I'm sure that will come in with play. But in terms of attacking stats, similar attacking stats for both sides. Both teams playing Pistons attack off the line out. That led to Frizzell's try. Highlanders with some cross kicks, trying to test youngster Chafiaki, who was in fullback for the Crusaders. Defense, I guess, both the Highlanders 81% tackle success, the Crusaders 85, a lot of tackles in it. Fair amount of penalties, it felt like 23, 2 yellow cards, the Crusaders. There's been talk about the Crusaders just cynically giving away penalty after penalty in their 22. They did get 2 yellow cards, so I don't really see how that argument holds any water. That's what they do. They'll give away penalties until they get cards. And then somehow when they get cards, they play even better. That's just the Crusaders. In this one, look, lineouts, Highlanders 90%, so even without Pari Parkinson, 18 out of 20, which is pretty good. A lot of lineouts for this game. The Crusaders 13 from 14. Rolling maul masterclass from the Crusaders. They were able to repel the Highlanders every time they tried, and they were pretty good on their own, scoring a try off their own. Scrums, the Crusaders just absolutely went to town here on the scrums. They really use this platform again and again just to get penalties and move themselves up the field. That was, the Highlanders need to get to work for that. The Crusaders are going to be scary in that regard all year. it'll be really good to see the Crusaders versus the Blues, those packs there. But fantasy points, fantasy man of the match, Cody Taylor. Still not fantasy man of the round, but pretty close. 90 points. He had 5 runs for. He kind of had 5 runs for 25 meters. I feel like he ran 50 on that first run, but look, the stats are what the stats are. An offload, 2 line breaks, 10 line outs, 11 tackles, try assists, 3 turnovers, 1. He was into everything, into his best form. Certainly why he was a very valuable pick. Sever Reece, 67 points, Whitelock, 42. And for the Highlanders, Connor Garden-Batchop, 5 points, more than his brother's entire career.
Yeah.
What did he get?
55.
55 points, very good. And Jonah Nareki, 46 points. He looked very good as well, Jonah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Who wants to take us through the Hurricanes and the Blues?
I would love to, but those Highlanders wingers are awesome. I was loving watching them.